Pleasure to rise and take a short call in support of this Financial Services Providers Pre-Implementation Adjustments Bill. What a mouthful. And I'd like to take this opportunity to wish everybody in this House and also people listening at home and watching television through parliamentary TV a wonderful new year, the year of the tiger. And in my language, it is 새해 복 많이 받으세요, which means may you receive lots and lots of blessing in the new year. And to the speaker just before who has taken his seat, Mr. Raymond Hu, I'd like to say 新年快乐, which also in Chinese means Happy New Year, I believe. So the purpose of this bill is to simplify the implementation of the Financial Advisors Act, to reduce costs, to encourage public confidence in the industry. Both of these things, I'm sure, everyone in this chamber would agree is something that is good, something that needs to be done to promote confidence in the financial sector. And it is wonderful to see everybody across the whole chamber in support of this bill. We all know someone who has suffered through the collapse of finance companies. I know more than one who have lost all of their retirement savings in their twilight years. The large numbers of finance company failures even affected me personally, Mr. Speaker. I panicked and cashed in even my son's education fund, thinking that I was going to lose all of that money, you see, sir. And put it under my bed, like a not so very sophisticated investor would do. And stay. No, it isn't actually. It's not still there. It stayed there for a couple of days, sir, and decided that perhaps the best thing I could do is actually put it in the bank, in a high interest earning savings account. So the bill makes technical amendments to the Financial Services Providers Registrations and Disputes Resolution Act and the Financial Advisors Act, introduced to Parliament by Commerce Minister, Honourable Simon Power. And let me take this opportunity to say what a great minister he is. The number of bills he's actually put through this Parliament last year was nothing but phenomenal. Fantastic, phenomenal, that's right. The minister expects the changes to take effect in the middle of this year, giving financial advisors about 6 months to implement them before the legislation is made compulsory at the end of the year. The amendments to the bill focuses mainly on changes to the qualifying financial entity, as Katrina Shanks, who actually said people in the industry call it the QFE model. Although I'm not from the financial sector, I'm starting to get a hang of that. QFE. A QFE is a company given the thumbs up by the Securities Commission to take responsibility for the advice provided by its employees and contractors on a limited range of products, instead of having all those people each requiring their own licenses. What this means, sir, is that a QFE has to name individual contractors whose advice it will take responsibility for. This means both QFE's employees and named contractors can provide financial services on Category 1 products like shares, without individually having to be licensed. At the moment, only employees of QFEs can. The bill brings transparency and clarity into the sector, as QFEs aren't automatically responsible for advice from all of its contractors, but are for those they name as contractors, employees, and the products they advise on. The changes also permit these employees and named contractors to provide financial advisor services for products for which the QFE is a promoter under the Securities Act, not just the issuer of the product. At the moment, this is only allowed if the QFE is the issuer of the product and not the promoter. What we need is competent and ethical individuals to deliver professional financial advice, as the Minister had actually said and other members in this House has actually agreed with. I look forward to the submissions through the Select Committee stage from both financial advisors and consumers to make sure we have a robust process in progressing this bill. Sir, I'd like to take the opportunity to give you an example of the climate of the industry. I'd like to share a story, if I may. There was a consumer magazine mystery shopper investigation into the industry last year. And it was interesting to note that, among other things, that out of 7 pre-retirement plans investigated, 6 provided little practical help and were found to have lacked meaningful advice. That's appalling. That's 85% failure rate, in my view. Only 1, trustee executors, had a detailed plan and gave good reasons for the advice given. This was the only plan rated as good by the mystery shopper panel. The magazine article identified disclosure, competency, and independence as 3 areas where there was shortcoming in the industry. Mr. Speaker, this bill and the new financial regime this government is implementing will go a long way toward addressing these shortcomings, sir. Mr. Speaker, this bill simplifies the implementation of the Financial Advisors Act and reduces the cost while encouraging public confidence in the industry. It will provide transparency, clarity, and certainty. And for me, that is fantastic. I commend this bill to the House.
Stuart Nash.